The latest episode of Alien, Earth included a subtle reference to James Cameron's iconic 1986 sequel Aliens, and you may have missed it. Alien, Earth is filled with references to the history of the Alien franchise. Most of them are pretty obvious, like the way Alien, Earth's opening scene felt like the intro to the original Alien and the ship's dark take on the Cat Jonesy. Alien, Earth also includes some much more subtle callbacks to the franchise's history, though. Most of them are still directed at the original Alien, but James Cameron's Aliens, which is often considered one of the best movies ever made, also got some love in the recent episode. The reference also highlights an enduring xenomorph mystery that has been around for nearly 40 years. Alien, Earth's Kirsch referred to the alien species as xenomorph. Timothy Oliphant as Kirsch standing in front of soldiers in Alien, Earth. Courtesy of FX Networks. In Alien, Earth Episode 3, Prodigy was able to recover all the samples from the USCSS Maginot, including the xenomorph corpse Wendy killed and the eggs it was protecting. Kirsch then conducted various experiments on the eggs and the facehuggers housed inside them. During one of his experiments, Kirsch referred to the alien species as a xenomorph. While it may seem commonplace, an alien story outright referring to the aliens as xenomorphs is a fairly rare occurrence. The original Alien doesn't include the term at all. It wasn't until James Cameron's iconic sequel Aliens that the term xenomorph entered the franchise's lexicon. Now, almost 40 years later, the Alien franchise included another rare in-universe reference to xenomorphs. The word xenomorph explained, is it really the name of the species? Morrow with the xenomorph looming over his shoulder in Alien Earth Episode 2. The word xenomorph, being used in reference to the aliens in Alien, has a long and fairly complicated history. The short answer is that xenomorph isn't actually the name of the iconic Alien franchise's creatures. They're technically called Linguifida acheronsis, as revealed in a Dark Horse Alien comic. Xenomorph is just a term Lieutenant Gorman uses to refer to them. Literally speaking, xenomorph is a Latin term that means alien form. It's essentially Gorman's overeducated way of referring to any alien life form, and it was originally intended to be a sign of his naivete and utter lack of real-world experience. The other colonial marines simply referred to them as bugs or aliens, but Gorman used a Latin phrase just to assert his status as an officer. Since the term Linguifida acheronsis only appears in the Alien comics, the xenomorphs technically don't have an official name in the movies and shows. They're only ever referred to in general terms or with slang in the Alien movies. No one ever has enough time to get around to naming them. They're all just trying to stay alive after they set a xenomorph free. The alien community, however, took the term xenomorph and ran with it, and it's almost exclusively used in the common vernacular to refer to aliens monsters. The term has become so popular, in fact, that it's now assumed to be the actual name of the aliens and not just a general term. Even though there is a real name for them, aliens monsters will always be known as xenomorphs. Xenomorph's popularity has gotten so ubiquitous that it's made its way back into the Alien movies. Since Aliens in 1986, the term xenomorph has been used in several canon comics, the extended edition of Alien 3, and most recently in Alien, Romulus. Now, Alien, Earth has also been added to the list. Interestingly enough, Alien, Earth is actually fairly consistent with the rest of the franchise. Kirsch seems to be using xenomorph as a placeholder designation for the yet unidentified alien he's conducting experiments upon, rather than as an official name. To him, the xenomorph is just an unidentified alien, so he's using a generic term until he can either identify or name it. That also highlights another possibility for Alien, Earth. Kirsch is one of the few people to ever examine a xenomorph with proper time and resources on screen. Prodigy will also want to move forward with testing and developing the xenomorphs as products of some sort, so there's a good chance Earth will be able to give the xenomorphs an official name. One that overwrites the Alien comics, at least. How Weyland-Yutani already knew about the xenomorph in Alien, Earth. Yutani, Sandra Yee Sensindiva, looking irate while wearing an ornate outfit and hat in Alien, Earth. The xenomorphs in Alien, Earth, thanks to its placement in the Alien timeline, are almost a complete mystery. No one but Morrow knew what they were capable of, and Prodigy is actively doing experiments to try to figure out what they have their hands on. No one knows what the xenomorphs are, except for Yutani, who somehow already knew just how valuable her creatures are. When Morrow called Yutani in Alien, Earth Episode 3, she seemed to already know the entire situation, even though she wasn't on the USCSS Maginot and didn't have Morrow's first-hand experience with them. That's because the Maginot was able to communicate with Earth while on its journey, so Weyland-Yutani got regular updates about its cargo.